And we are live. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Snaggin Night Live. We have a full panel on here tonight. I want to thank everybody on here for coming up tonight. We got I think, an awesome show to talk about. An awesome new StreamYard feature that I believe most people are aware of, but I think we're going to put it to the test, and we're going to see how well it works. We know it works. But we're going to put it to the max here this weekend, but we're going to talk about that. So we want to thank everybody that's come in so far. We got this Pontoon Jodi catfishing in here. Says first suckers.
Howdy.
Oh, it's Jodi. She's here. Also on panel we have two stands fishing.
Boom, boom, bam.
Stand two. We have Austin from Fishing Fever.
What's up, guys? Thanks for coming in.
And we got Ed Evans from Fish on Ed Evans. What's going on, Ed?
How's it going, everyone?
And then, of course, we got Dustin, Meemaw. Thank you again, Austin and Jodi, for that nickname. I appreciate it.
The nicest person in the community, the most helpful.
I do what I can. But thank you. And for those of you who are wondering, Sean is out tonight. Snacks has a basketball AAU basketball tournament in Pennsylvania. And they will be leaving early in the morning, I believe, still, and heading down or up to Pennsylvania for the basketball tournament. So he wanted to forego this evening so he can get some sleep. But he will be back next week. And next week's show, we were finally back on to talk about the rivers, our river discussion. And we will have Joe from Chat Cats with us talking about the Tennessee River.
Woohoo!
So that's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to that. So I will be making the show here shortly, sometime this weekend, and so everybody make sure you hit that notify reminder. So when we go live next week, you can join in and watch Joe from Chat Cats explain the entirety of the Tennessee River.
That would be a great show.
Yes, it will. I'm going to watch it.
We have some awesome people in chat so far. We got Big Slim 91. What's going on? Mike Sampson, Sampy's in the Mid-South. How you doing? CVA, Catfish Fresno. Rebel River Cats. What's going on? Skull Rush in the house. How you doing?
Go, Russ.
Potomac River Monsters. What's up, Smoke?
Smoke.
And we got Size Matters Catfishing. I felt guilty because Sean and I were supposed to be wearing our shirts on during the tournament, and I think that's probably what did us in. I wasn't wearing my Size Matters shirt. Sean was wearing his, but I wasn't wearing mine. So I wore that tonight to try to make up for it. But thank you again, Size Matters. We got Catfishing Dreams, the always wonderful Butterflies and Sunshine.
Hello, butterflies.
How you doing tonight? And we got Brian Waldo in the house.
What's up, Brian?
I hope we got 17 awesome people in here. I hope everybody has had a wonderful week. I know it's not quite Friday yet, but might as well be because the work day for Thursday is over. So tomorrow is Friday, the end of the work week and the beginning of some awesome fishing going on this weekend. And that's the topic of tonight's show. We're going to talk about everything that's going on that in our fishing world, and we're going to involve everybody within that, and then we're gonna discuss how we're going to tie all that together. And I think it's going to make everybody in chat, I think we're very happy, and I think it's going to make everybody on very happy. So.
And
we'll get
Dustin, as far as I know, it's something that nobody else out there is doing yet. So I'm pretty excited about it. I think it's people are going to be pretty excited about it. I think.
Yeah.
I agree, and I think if you know what we're going to be doing is going to work. I think it's something that it's like a template that can be applied to the rest of the community for different days of the week. And maybe help everybody out in the big picture. So that's what we're all here to do is help each other out and enjoy fishing from everybody's perspective. So, Dan, since you, I think it was your idea you want to talk about the gist of what the discussion is going to be about tonight?
Sure. And Tony Harrison, no, it's not Amway. It's a lot easier than that. Okay, well, what we've been doing the past couple of weeks, anyhow, what we've been doing, everybody knows Dustin is co-hosting the show, Jodi show on Friday night, the Flathead Challenge, and that started up a couple of weeks ago. So Dustin and I have been fishing on it, and my show is at 8 o'clock, so we've been doing my show kind of out on the water, and then transitioning right over to Jodi's show. What we've been doing is using, in YouTube Studio, there's a redirect button where you can search, add a live, where it redirects your entire audience right to that next live show. So we've been doing that the past couple of weeks, and it seems to have been working pretty well. You were already watching us out live fishing, and bam, it just redirected everybody over to more live fishing on Jodi's normal 9 p.m. show. And starting tomorrow, right? Yeah, Friday night, Saturday morning at midnight, Fish on Ed Evans, who fishes Jodi's challenge a lot. He is starting his show after midnight, what it's called, I believe.
Yep.
You want me? Hey, can I bring up the thumbnail real quick?
Sure.
There you go.
And Captain Dreams is saying that's an awesome function to have. We agree.
That was made by the famous John Parker for me.
That's awesome.
I like it a lot. So, you know.
Yeah, it is awesome. It's awesome.
Yes,
so
it is.
since that is going to be our normal Friday night schedule, we've got my show at 8 o'clock. Right now it's called Cat Chat, but we'll see. Might be doing something different with that. But right now it's Fridays at 8 p.m. Cat Chat is on my channel. 9 p.m. it switches over to Jodi's channel for the Flathead Challenge. And now at midnight, it's going to switch over to After Midnight with Ed Evans. Well, before, what you would have had to do is when my show ended, you would have had to go and find a link and click on Jodi's to go to Jodi's. And then if you wanted to keep watching some more live fishing, you would have had to find Ed's and click Ed's. And, then it takes a while to get going again. Well, with using the redirect, as my show ends, as I click end, you automatically get sent right to Jodi's channel, to the Flathead Challenge. So you don't have to do anything. You're just there. When Jodi's show ends, she hits the end, boom, you automatically get redirected to Ed's show. So theoretically, if you're going to be watching YouTube and watching some live fishing, all you got to do is click in once on a Friday night and you're covered to 4 o'clock in the morning, I believe is what it said.
Yeah.
So that's going to be the normal, and we're going to, come up with something where we kind of promote each other. We promote the Friday night, Friday night name, whatever name we come up with it. So it's basically going to be 3 separate shows, but all together in one show connected. So it goes right through. So that's kind of the gist of what we're doing and what we're trying to do. So we'll be working together and keeping that set up.
Yeah, all the viewer has to do is turn on the first show and just leave the TV on.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah, and I think it's just great, and I think it'll make it a lot easier for everybody to just follow, and they won't miss any fishing, and I think it's just awesome. I really like it.
I hope the first turnout, goes without a glitch. I think that would be great.
It's already we've already done it twice. I think it's worked out. Well, it's worked out fantastic for me. Thank you.
Yeah, but it was only redirected one time.
Yeah.
Right. So
after a stand show right into Jodi's, now it's going to go 3 times, maybe even 4 times if you guys are going to go on after me for the tournament.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah. So It's going to be like I told everybody in the beginning, we're going to put this to the test. So I believe that we could possibly redirect 5, maybe 6 times. So,
Wow.
so
That's
just
awesome.
just to kind of cover that gambit, Stan and I are going to go out fishing tomorrow night. We're going to try to get on the water before nightfall. So sometime between 6 and 7. So we're gonna go live on Team Snag and Whiskers channel. When I do that, I'm gonna put in the redirect to go to Stan's live for Friday Night Cat Chats. So that's one redirect.
Yep.
So then Stan's show, he's gonna have it set up to redirect to Jodi's show at 9 o'clock. So that's gonna be 2. All right. So then Jodi is going to have it set up for at midnight at the end of her show. When she ends her live,
Okay, go ahead.
It's going to go to Ed's show. So that's 3. All right. So Ed's show goes to 4 o'clock or there around. At that point, because we're doing our Austin created James River tournament. For the what is it called again?
The Hickory Heavyweight, James River Hickory Heavyweight Tournament.
There we go. So since we're doing that at 8 o'clock in the morning, there's no point for Stan and I to get off the water and just to come back out in the morning. So we're going to stay out all night. So so just to recap, we've got me to Stan, that's 1. Stan to Jodi, that's 2. Jodi to Ed, that's 3. So since we're going to be out on the water anyway at 4 o'clock in the morning, we're gonna see if we can get Ed's to redirect to TSW again. So that'll be 4. All right. So at the end of TSW show, which is going to probably be around our tournament starts at 8 o'clock, and our tournament going to start out on Stan's channel. So. Mid-South, I'll get to your question in just a second. Half Century says, hold on, I'm trying to write this down.
That's the beauty of it. You won't have to. You'll automatically be taken right there.
You just turn on
The first show.
Noon and you're good.
So we're at 4 now. So when at the end of TSW show or just before the start of the tournament we're having at 8 o'clock, I will end our live, which will redirect back to Stan's channel. So now we're at 5. So, and then, 2 hours in, so 8 to 10 is on Stan's channel to try to build the crowd. Although doing this, I think we're already going to have a pretty good crowd. Oh, we lost Stan.
He was redirected.
Fish in the Mid-South said, I feel like this could turn into a whole new network. So at the end of Stan's, he's going to have it redirected to Austin's channel, where we're going to finish out the tournament until 2 o'clock. So that's 6 redirects from roughly 7 p.m. tomorrow night till 2 p.m. tomorrow afternoon. That's the goal.
Yep.
And with the help from an IT guy, I should go this way.
There you go.
The IT guy, this should work out pretty good.
Yeah. And to get back to the question, somebody said, I think it was Mid-South, does that work through StreamYard or just YouTube Live? So it's actually not through StreamYard. It's not through YouTube Live either. It's through your YouTube dashboard studio. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually pull up, a live, and I'm going to show you all where it's at. And Stan will come back in just a minute. I'm sure of it. I'm almost positive. All right. So let me do this real quick. Let me present my screen, share screen. This is customization. All right, so here we go. So what you do, let me back out of this real quick. So you're going to go to your dashboard, and this is I believe you can only do this on the desktop dashboard. So you'll go to your content. You're going to select the live. I just happen to select the live that we're in right now. And then you go on the left-hand side. Can everybody see that okay?
Yeah.
All right, cool. So on the left-hand side, you're going to go to customization. And then you're going to scroll all the way down to the bottom. And you're going to see the redirect. And under there is where you're going to add the show that you're going to redirect to. So you just go here, and you're going to search Ed. You search for other YouTube channels. Oh, I got to see Ed.
Fishin, Ed Evans. Brings my channels up.
So I'll search Fishin.
I knew that. Dustin didn't.
What's that?
Fish on Ed Evans.
I knew.
I knew it. But I had searched YouTube a little bit ago, and I just put in Ed, and it worked. Oh, here it is. So you see right here on the right here.
Yep.
That's the 29th, and the one down here is the 22nd. So I click on that show, and now when I end this show, if I don't delete this, it'll redirect everybody. Yeah, then you got to go click the save button. But it'll redirect you back to Ed's show after this live event ends.
That's pretty awesome.
Does this have to be done ahead of time and on a laptop?
So you can actually let me delete that. So you have to do it in the desktop version, but you can get the desktop version on your phone.
Yes.
So for instance, I got an iPhone, so I'm going to go to Google Chrome. Look at me doing this backwards. Isn't that awesome? And on my Google Chrome, I have the YouTube video, and it takes me to, well, usually it asks if you want to, on the bottom of the screen, it says, do you want to continue to the desktop version, desktop studio? You'll click that, and it'll take you into your studio on your phone. And then you still do the same thing. You have to do some zooming in and some moving around. It's a little bit more difficult on the phone. But it's the same thing. You got to go to the live, go to customization, go down to the bottom, hit the add button, find the live that you want to redirect to. So you don't, I mean, as you saw on the screen that I was using here on the live just now, that was this live. So you don't have to do it before you set it up. You can set it up just before you pop out, just before you end your live. It depends on how you want to do it and when you want to do it. It's probably easier if you do it, if you set it up before you start your live, because you don't want to forget about it. Austin, have you been able to were you able to follow along and see that?
So yes. Well, no. So what am I doing? All right. So if I go, I'll start with this. If I'm in my studio right now on my desktop, okay, and if I go to customization and then I go to community, I can add channels who can redirect to my channel. Okay. So there's that. But then I followed along with what you were doing as you were doing it. And at the bottom of the screen, it does not give me the option to redirect to another channel. And I'm wondering if that's where that 1,000 subscriber thing is playing in. Now, it's funny because I can I added Ed Evans as a person who can redirect to my channel. But if he doesn't have 1,000 subscribers, I don't think he's gonna have the option to do that. which is kind of messed up. Why would YouTube give me the option to select him to do that when he doesn't have permission to do it, from YouTube? But so right now, if I go to content live, and if I go to the upcoming Hickory Heavyweight Tournament live for Saturday, customization, all it brings me down at the bottom of the screen is where you have you can select slow mode. That's where mine stops.
Okay, so that may be the hiccup that we were worried about. Oh, Stan, you can bring yourself in.
Oh, I did. No, it wasn't letting me.
Huh. Interesting. Oh, now okay. I see you're backstage now.
Yeah, it just came in for me too. It said knock knock.
Oh. Oh, hey KP, what's going on?
I think that's the hiccup that we're gonna have until everybody gets to 1K or whatever. But it looks like, I mean, you can redirect to Ed. It just looks like Ed cannot redirect to anybody,
Right.
and I can't redirect to anybody either.
All right, so what might have to happen for what's going to have to happen now that we found that out for Friday, for tomorrow night into Saturday? We're gonna have to have audience participation twice.
Big time.
So everybody's going to come into our channel, and then they'll be able to be transferred, handed off to each show through Ed's. At the end of Ed's show, they're going to have to come find. We can put a link to our show. I think we can put a link in the comments.
Mm-hmm.
That way, everybody can click on that link and then jump over to our channel on another tab or whatever. That way, it's a little less. What's that?
No, I was just saying hello to KP.
Oh, it might be a little less cumbersome than trying to, go into YouTube, either go to your subscriptions or try to find TSW. So if we just put the link, that may be the workaround. We drop the link to the next live in the comments at the end of the show so that everybody just clicks on that and comes over to our show. And then they're with us all the way through the end of the Hickory Heavyweight Tournament.
Yeah.
But, it's one of those things that, as with everything that is worth doing, there's going to be some, there's going to be some things to work out and work through. And, there's going to be little things that come up. But I think all in all, it's going to be it's a new concept. And I think, we're going to start doing it. We're going to do it on Friday nights. So there won't be any hiccups with that. We've been doing it the past couple of weeks, and it's been working great. So normal Friday nights, you're going to have your Friday night. All you got to do is click on once, and from 8 o'clock at night till 4 in the morning, if you want to stay up that late, you'll be able to just stay right on. You won't have to do anything.
Yeah, I was about to say,
is this legal?
Nice. It's nice because on a normal Friday night, Ed will be the caboose of this catfish marathon. So, so if you can still redirect to him to help his channel, and like on Saturday, you'll still be able to redirect to me to help me out. So we're kind of we kind of got lucky with that. But as far as how how everybody's show lined up on the timeline, especially Ed, when being a weekly thing.
Well, once you and I get 1,000 subs, then we can help other people out too, doing the same thing.
That's right. That's exactly right.
And that's
where it can,
go ahead.
I was just gonna say, where that can be used in the future. If you have, we tend to go out fishing a lot together here, and we may start out live on somebody's channel, and we're gonna go to the next person. Well, then we can just, as we set the lives up, you can automatically have it set up that, when we switch off to go to that next channel, So to make it a lot easier, if you've got multiple people that are going out and going live, you can automatically have it set up. So it just brings people right there. So
Kristen Miss South said, anybody else's head hurt?
It's the
when
way he
And I
said
would
it.
also like to put out there, when I'm fishing Jodi's show, if any of the
There you go.
fishermen that are in the room want to just carry over, onto my show, they're more than welcome.
And we'll
This
supply
way
more.
you figure it's like a Saturday, you know what I mean? People don't have to go to work on Sunday, so they can stay up all night and fish.
Jodi, were you going to
There
say
you go.
something?
This is supposed to make it easier for everybody, and you just click on Stan's show, which it starts with Stan's show. So, and he's kind of getting the shaft because no one's sending a link to his show. So it's up to us to promote Stan to get people to watch him, and then it's automatically directed to me, and then I automatically direct to Ed, and it's just a seamless operation. It shouldn't cause any. Once you click on Stan's, it just the whole evening is planned for you.
Yeah.
And there's I'm one of those people. I watch the whole night. I may nap in between, but it's usually streaming the whole time.
Well, I was about to say that's even if you're watching the Stan show and say you pass out at 11:30, which is usually what happens to me.
Mm-hmm.
The TV's on. I'm helping Ed.
Yeah.
And I'm asleep.
Mhm.
I didn't even have to worry about clicking on anything other than that one link.
Yeah.
So, for a couple of things that I've been trying to go through chat. Tony said, "Okay, put me in for a redirect on Tuesday, April 25th from 7 to 10 p.m. I'll be there."
Put me in, Coach. Happy everybody in chat. Say howdy.
We're laughing about it, but that's exactly what this can turn into. The whole
Yes.
point of this is that as a community, we all do a lot to help each other out, and this is just another way to do that. Where if he knows that Tonya knows he's going to be doing that, maybe can talk to somebody else, and you can start doing that back and forth with people, even if it's only a one-time thing. It'll still help for that once. So,
Right.
It's like the next level of when people share your live stream out. It's like kind of the next level of that.
Right.
In a way.
So you got another sub, Ed. Fishing from the Boat 804 said he just subbed you.
Thank you very much.
There's two things that I was going to point out. This can really, really, really be helpful to a new channel or a new show, especially if that show is put at the end of a stream.
Mm-hmm.
So, like we said, Ed, I was telling Ed backstage, so Stan's show is very popular. Jodi's show is very popular. Ed's show is brand new. So I know when we transferred from Stan's show to Jodi's show last week, I was telling them it jumped from like 15 viewers, like once we started the live, maybe a couple minutes in, Stan's show was still running. Once he ended that show, Jodi's viewership jumped up to 60. So, and then it just grew from there. So once Jodi's show is over, I mean, Ed's going to have a phenomenal amount of viewership right away into his show because he was the tail end, or what often called the caboose of this redirect trial we're doing. So,
Catfish marathon.
The Catfish Marathon, that's right.
if the people could stay up that late.
Well,
even if they don't, it's still helping you.
Right.
So that's the TV run? Yes, definitely.
Regardless of whether they're watching or not, if they're in Jodi's live, they will be automatically redirected to your show. So,
Of course, we want you watching. I mean, that's the whole purpose of us doing this.
That's right.
We like to share our experiences and our catches and our stories and try to teach a few things along the way and just have a good time.
Is if somebody's taking a Jodi nap in the period, then they're still going to go. They don't have to do anything.
Yes, they don't have to miss anything.
And two, one of the things that kind of stood out to me while I was showing everybody how to do this when Stan got kicked out, I went to our dashboard, and I was showing everybody how to do it. You can still do this redirect. You can add a redirect at any point during your show before you end it. So, like when Jodi always asks, is anybody going to stay live? Or somebody in Jodi's show, is anybody going to stay live after this or go live again?
There you go. Yeah.
If you pop out your phone, you go into there, you add that live as long as they've got it set up, and then as soon as you hit save, you end your live, and everybody's redirected to that person's live.
Provided you have 1,000 subs.
No, well, right. To be able to redirect from, you have to have 1,000 subs, but you can get redirected to regardless.
Right.
Yeah.
We'll check into that, and we'll check into it. And as far as they're constantly changing things. When we first started, you had to have 1,000 subs to go live, period. And community tab and all that. Now they keep lowering it because they want people to be using these features. They want the more features that they let people use, the more viewership everybody gets, the more viewership YouTube gets. So it just makes sense for them to, you're seeing the thresholds lowered on a lot of things. So I don't see why that wouldn't be another thing that's coming down the line. What is it for a community tab now? You only need, what do you need for a community tab now?
I think it might be 50.
Yeah. 50, yeah. See, used to be 1,000, then they went to 500, and so it's the same thing. It only makes sense that they would want more people watching more shows, and that's how to do it. When they can automatically go from one show to the next, that's just going to help viewership. So I don't know why they wouldn't, as those ideas come to them. I don't know why they wouldn't do that. What's up, Dan?
Hey,
Dan, how's it going, buddy?
What's going on, Dan? Thanks for coming in. We appreciate it.
Yeah,
Dan.
I went through the steps, Stan. I think you weren't. I think you dropped out or whatever. But I went through the same steps as Dustin was doing it, and as of right now, I do not have the ability to redirect to anybody. But like you said, it would make sense if sooner than later, they change that.
Yeah, you see, there's not a lot of people using it right now, so that may be something as more people use it. Like I said, that it especially as we start making it successful, more people start using it. I think it's something that they'll catch up on.
And what I think the biggest thing for me, I think that is going to help the community as a whole, if more people start doing this, of course, a lot of people know who I am through your show, Stan, and through Jodi's show, right? But there's certain people who may not know who Ed is, that hasn't seen him on Jodi's show, that when they get redirected, now they're going to find his channel. Now they're going to see his content. Now they possibly could subscribe if they want to see more. So you're going to get people that that view other people's channels that may not necessarily know who you are, or haven't subscribed to you. They're going to be automatically redirected, and they're there. So now they get to see, if they like what they see, then they can subscribe at that point too.
Right. And even for the channels that have been doing this for a while, even for like myself and Jodi, I know there's people that are on that are sub to us that aren't with Jodi, and vice versa. I know there's people on Jodi's that haven't sub with us yet. So it definitely will benefit everybody. I know. And by the way, Dan, the first thing Ed showed to me, he was rubbing it in my face that he got the poke chip, and I didn't get one yet.
Dan was saying Ed is a fish catching machine.
Oh yeah, that's why y'all need to go subscribe to him.
Dan's got an awesome service there, I'm telling you. If anybody's ever thought about going out on a guided trip, this guy goes beyond, above and beyond, to make sure you have a absolutely fabulous time out on the water. And he'll put you on fish. We did catch a lot of fish, but that one big one, boy, that was nice.
If somebody could do me a favor and please drop the Overtime Guide Services link in the chat, please. We appreciate that.
And as you found out, this weekend was a tough bite. It was a tough bite this weekend.
Oh, yes, it was.
Yeah.
So to come out of there with the fish like y'all got, that was really impressive.
I just wish I would have got it on Sunday instead of Saturday.
We have a few new people in chat. Shirley T's here. How you doing, Miss Shirley? Now, I say new. They've been in here for a minute. I just getting a chance now to say who they are. You know me, always behind in chat.
You're slacking,
Uncle Lou.
Dustin, you're slacking.
I know. Uncle Lou, Jimmy G, what's going on? Miss Annette's Catfishing. Thanks for coming in. We really appreciate that. Let's see. Wolves Den Outdoors official. What's going on? Thank you again for coming in. Appreciate it. Hillbilly Hondo said if anyone didn't get a chance to watch Fishin' Fevers live from last night, you really should. That's where I got a new nickname. Hence my name on the screen.
It definitely makes me appreciate the mayor a lot more.
Thank you, Douglas. Appreciate that.
We got Laura the Explorer in the house saying good evening all.
What's up, Laura?
Oh, and then it just jumped on me. Want to be outdoors. How you doing? All right,
Thank you, Whoops, Ben. Appreciate that.
Hey, Fishin' Fever dropped a link. Thank you, Fishin' Fever.
No problem.
He's multitasking.
Yeah, I am.
And Dustin, there's a good example. Wolf's Den said they just subbed to me, so
hey,
there's a good example of how working with other channels, whether they're bigger or smaller, there's an example of how that will work.
That's awesome.
That is fantastic. And for those of you, if anybody's missed any of the links that are bit and dropped in chat, everybody's link on this panel is in the description. So if you want to go check that out, not only one of the things I'd like to do in our description, I don't only put the links, to the people who are on here now. I also underneath there, I have all of our past guests links. So, go check those out too. I think you're going to like what you find when you look at some of those people. We've had people like River Certified. We've had Spencer up here talking. We've had Danny Stone, John Parker. So go check them out. I think you'll like what you see. He's doing that trifecta thing.
And that's right. Yeah. That brings up a point.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say that brings up a point. If you go live and don't succeed, go live again and go live again and go live again, and then you'll catch a trifecta.
Yeah.
18th time is a charm.
To that point.
That was so frustrating, but it worked out so well at the end.
That's another. This is why I like having these group discussions, because another thing popped in my head. To the point of our discussion tonight, if you're doing a redirect and the person, the live you're redirecting to has problems and they have to end that live, redirect is not going to work, because then that live that you were redirected to is no longer going to be there. So just be aware of that if you're going to try to do something like that. Just something to keep in the back of your mind. Wolves Den Outdoors official said, "Oh yeah, Dustin, now that I'm able to be on YouTube again, I need to get with you on my bait and how I prepare it." Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, shoot me an email. Email's in the description or in our contact, but if not, it's right there. It's scrolling at the bottom of our screen. But Ed, so you want to talk about your show a little bit? How'd you come across, or what made you think of doing this show, and talk about where you're going to be fishing and all that stuff for those of you who don't know who you are.
Okay, I'm Ed Evans. I'm from Northeast Pennsylvania. I fish the Schuylkill River here. The reason why I'm doing this show is basically I fished Pontoon Jodi show for the longest time. And for me, it's not long enough. When I go out on the water, I sit up at 7 o'clock at night and I'm there till 7 o'clock in the morning. So by the time her show got over, I'm still out there till 7 in the morning. So I figured, let me ask first, because I don't want to step on anybody's toes for any time slots or anything like that. And I actually got a lot of good reviews from the people on panel and a lot of other people that I talked to about the time slot that I'm picking after midnight, because you're catering more to the third shift, the second shift guys. They come home, they want to wind down a little bit. I used to be one of them myself. I was a machinist for 45 years, so I know what the off shifts are all about. And I'm not a bar person by any means, so I wouldn't go sit at a bar. I'd come home, grab something to eat after I got cleaned up, and sit and watch TV. Most of the time it's about fishing anyway, but being that I'm out on the water for 12 hours, I figured, let me ask around, see what everybody's doing, if it's okay. And I got the thumbs up from just about everybody. So people want to see more of the content that I'm putting out because I'm a flathead fisherman. And don't get me wrong, I love the James River. I love everything about it. I love the big fish down there. But for me, the blues are actually easier to catch than the flatheads are. The flatheads are finicky. You actually have to put in some homework in order to catch flatheads as much as I do. And I go out there early in the season, check the rivers out, and I go up and down one side of the bank at a time. Even though I got side imaging on my boat, and I can hit both sides of the shore, just going down the middle, I want to mark waypoints on my graph as I'm going through and finding little cuts and ledges and drop-offs and stuff. On our river, there's no deep water. You can basically walk pretty much across the river in certain areas. So it's not like the James by any means. The James has some deep water, faster current for sure. Yeah, but I love the flatheads. That's just me. I love sitting out there all night, even if I'm by myself. I don't mind that. I kind of like that more actually, because it's serenity to me, because I'm sitting there. It's just me, the rods, and the man upstairs. We're one-on-one. And sometimes I talk to my dad, God rest his soul. But yeah, that's basically why I do it. But I'm just starting out, and tomorrow will be my first live show, so we'll see how it works out.
Boy, I haven't heard somebody say something. I haven't heard somebody say something like that since Lori said that catfishing was boring. You're up here with a bunch of cat fishermen saying that it's easy to catch blues.
Yep. It
is.
Oh my God! No way.
Yep.
Stan, how many more blues do you catch than flatheads?
Well, there's more blues here.
I rest my case.
Yeah, our here. But it doesn't make them.
Yeah, catching flathead, in my opinion, yes, it is different because they have different tendencies than what blues have. Now, the flathead population on the James River is not all that much because, from what I understand, they don't like a lot of current
on the lower.
So,
yeah, but if you went up into Richmond, right? You got slower water up there because
you got to go above the dam. But
yeah.
There's still not in abundance up there either.
Well, I've seen some pretty good fish caught out of there. I would still target them.
Ed's fished up there for one tournament. Thinks he knows the James.
No, I don't think that's the case. No, I hear what you're saying, Ed. I do hear what you're saying.
Ed fished 3 times on that tournament, sweetie.
Sweetie.
No, I hear what you're saying though. I do. Flatheads are a different beast. But I mean, it is what it is. But I think, like Rebel River Cat said, that's awesome, Ed. Looking forward to seeing it. So I think everybody
Without a
likes
doubt.
watching. Everybody likes watching the different, because when we go out, when Stan goes out, when Austin goes out, we're targeting blues, right? That's what we're looking for. We're looking for the monster blues because we know they're there. When you go out, you're looking for the flatheads because that's what's in your waters, right? That's what you know how to catch. And that's
it.
the only thing you can catch, really, unless you want to catch channel cats.
Right.
So I think that's the big difference is,
And we got the option between the lower James and the upper James. If I want to go for specifically flat, I can go to the upper James every night. It's 15
You
minutes.
called in last night where you were.
I know I did. Yeah.
they're on the lower things. They're just not in abundance.
Yeah.
I cheered more for that fish that you caught last night than I did the other ones.
No. Yeah.
I said, look at that fish, man. That thing is pretty.
And I could be wrong, but I think a flathead might fight differently too on the James than it does in the Schuylkill. Like I caught a flathead in 40-degree water on the James, and I didn't even know it was there.
That's
So you catch a 20-pound flathead in the Schuylkill, you're going to know it's there.
Oh, you know it's there.
Water, Dustin.
And
What's that?
That's because it was 40-degree water. The flathead I caught last night gave me a run for my money. I mean, it's just a water temperature thing.
Yeah.
And they fight completely different. Like on the upper James, they don't have the option to swim straight down. They're swimming away from you because they're only in 3 feet of water.
Exactly.
That's a completely different fight as well.
Yep.
right.
Yep.
Like last night,
Yeah,
if
even blues.
you watch the replay from last
Go
night,
ahead.
that kid, he was only in the teens. He wasn't a monster fish, but he had a medium heavy big cat fever rod just about doubled over. It was an incredible fight for that size of fish. It really was. It's just
It's
different.
even rougher fishing by yourself. You don't have anybody in the net for you.
Yeah. It's time of year, water temperature, water depth. It all comes into play.
It's
yeah,
fun
absolutely.
fishing by yourself. You get to drive a boat. You get to work the sonar. You get to pick your spots, catch your
You get to
fish.
take a nap.
Yeah, you get a net. You get a net it. You get a weight. You do all this stuff by yourself. And it's, I don't understand why people don't fish a little bit more by themselves sometimes. It's relaxing, peaceful.
I've been doing
I'll tell you, I love fishing. I don't mind going by myself, but I'm also a people person. Like I love being around other people.
Yeah.
Whether it be in person or it be online. Now, I will say, and most of the people who are in chat, if not everybody, has done or seen the YouTube experience. But trying to do all of that by yourself can be a little tedious. I mean, you got to man the camera, you got to man the net, you got to get the fish in the boat, you got to talk to chat, you got to do all of that at the same time, and it can be a little overwhelming at times because I mean I know Austin last night he kept saying, chat, I'll be back with you in a minute, I got to do this or I got to do that. But when you have somebody come up and read chat for you, it makes things it kind of takes a load off. It lets you enjoy the fishing a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
It helps tremendously.
I haven't experienced that part of it yet because this is going to be my first show.
Hey, tell you what, Ed, Friday night I'll co-host for you, or tomorrow night I'll co-host for you.
I'm more than happy.
And when you go live, you're never really alone. You've got an audience of people on that boat with you.
Absolutely.
You're talking to them, you're cutting up, you're having fun, going back and forth in chat. And that's what I like.
Meemaw Dustin strikes again.
And
David Smith said,
yeah, you'll have
the 40-pounder on and people talking about her snoring. Very peaceful.
She's
That's
woken
the
up
best
several
sleep
times
you
to 40-pound fish on her line.
My biggest is 51 pounds I've ever woke up to.
There you go.
I'm pretty proud of that.
Yes.
Dan, did you want to say something?
If I was you, I'd be sleeping a lot more often there. It seems like every time she takes a nap, she wakes up to a big fish on the line.
All you have to do is a good spot, good bait, and good gear that you trust not to, you set your drag, and your rod holders have good rod holders, and you can take a nap. Just make sure you're in a safe spot where you're not in everybody's way, and take a little nappy poo.
I would say yes under one condition.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have a heavy rainfall where you have a lot of debris coming down the river.
Yeah.
Because while you're sleeping, a big tree or a log can take your boat down.
Yep.
So you got to be very careful.
I woke up. It was when we had the push for Uncle Lou to get to 500, I think. And after I went to sleep on it. Do you remember leaving me, Dustin?
Yeah. Yep. I remember.
Well, when I woke up, all my lines was bent over, and I thought I had a monster on. And I went live, and I had one little fish, and there was logs all around my boat that my lines was tangled up in, and I had one little fish on.
So Stan, I just want to say our cautionary tale from the other night from last week, and has gotten around apparently. So Wannabe Outdoors said you can even dump a bucket of bait into a net and lose all but 3. Hey, I want to be as possible. Want to be? We lost all but 1.
The mesh on that Hydro Web 80 is a lot bigger than it looks.
Yes, it is. And perch go right through it.
Even the big ones.
Yeah, we had some pretty big perch. I was shocked.
Yeah.
The biggest one we had in the bucket was halfway through the netting when I pulled the net up. He was stuck halfway through.
Oh, my bad. I was cutting bait.
Hey, Mark from Catfishing Copies in the house. The river is no place to be sleeping unless you bank the boat.
Oh, I sleep all the time. I make sure I'm not in heavy current. I'm not around a dam, and I'm out of the barge traffic.
And it does help
on mine all the time.
If you can have somebody else fishing with you, that does help out.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yep.
Speaking of barges, I'm going to get off topic here for a minute, but it was weird when Austin and I were out during the championship. We were down by 895, and Thor, the one that we told you that came down your way, Stan.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
He was coming at us. We were suspend drifting. We were in the middle of the channel, and we were just chit-chatting with one another, listening to the phone, and Austin looks back and says, "Oh crap, there's a barge." He was probably about 200 yards away at that point, but he didn't make a sound. We were drifting probably middle left of the channel towards the northern bank. And when I looked up, we started reeling our lines in, and I went to go start the boat, and I looked up, and he was going around us.
Yeah.
I've never heard of a barge going around somebody.
The barge drivers here, I got to give a big shout out to them. I've really not had any issues with them. For the most part, they will do, in their way, they'll let you know rather quickly.
Yeah,
they do a great job of controlling the barge, and they know you're out there trying to enjoy the river too, and they do a great job, I think.
Yeah, I was just surprised that he was going to go around us. He wasn't expecting us to move.
Yeah, you saw it, Stan. Yeah. I mean, it was a decent rig. It was like 100-yard.
Oh yeah,
barge with all that luckstone rock on it.
Yeah, we've been fishing down by the Port of Richmond area in there, and when the barge is getting loaded with the rock and stuff, and the barge is going to take off, and it just went out and around us, and they even said, "Hey, all are good. We're going to be leaving soon." They yelled out to us, and I mean, so big shout out to them. They do a great job of going up and down the rivers and trying to do the best they can with not bothering people.
Right. I was just surprised that it shocked me, so I just thought I'd bring it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, they even waved at us. I said they're probably watching the live stream.
They might.
Want to be outdoors said Jodi is so experienced with it when it comes to sleeping. She gets to start. She's going to start giving classes.
Yeah.
And then Danny Stone, how you doing, Danny? Thanks for coming in, brother. Said my favorite Jodi moment. She fell asleep on my live, woke up with a fish on, and her legs didn't work. Crawling to that rod was hilarious.
My legs,
remember
both
that.
my legs was asleep. I couldn't walk. I couldn't make it to the reels. There's the rod to reel the fish in.
Awesome. Are you gonna say something?
No.
So just a quick recap. It's 10:56. We got about 4 minutes left. We're not redirecting to anybody tonight. Just want to clear that up. But I did. If you look at the title of our episode, it's StreamYard feature. I changed. It's actually a YouTube feature, not a StreamYard feature. It's in the YouTube dashboard. I changed the name of our title. I don't know if it took on the show, but no, it still says StreamYard. But anyway, so the big news for those of you that just came in and didn't get to hear us talking about it initially, on tomorrow night, Stan and I will be out fishing just before his show, so probably around between 6 and 7 o'clock tomorrow evening before the sun goes down. Maybe we'll be lucky enough to catch a couple hickory shad. And then we're going to fish for Stan's show from 8 to 9. Friday night cat chat, right?
That's right. And we may catch some white perch that we don't dump back into a net too.
Maybe. So then we're gonna really put the YouTube redirect feature to the test tomorrow night. So after Stan's show, Stan's live is going to be automatically redirected to Jodi's show, to the Pontoon Jodi Flathead Challenge. So our show, from whenever we go live to Stan's show, will redirect our audience to Stan's live. And Stan's show will be automatically redirected to Jodi's live. Jodi's show ends at midnight. Ed's show, his first episode ever, will air tomorrow night just after Jodi's show ends. So Jodi's show will redirect the entire audience over to Ed's show. The one gap that we're going to have, because YouTube's new feature, redirect feature, you have to have at least 100 subscribers, or excuse me, 1,000 subscribers to be able to redirect. So the hiccup we're going to have is we cannot, at this point, we can't redirect Ed's show back to TSW because we're going to be out on, Stan and I are going to be out on the water all night long. So we're going to go live after Ed's show. So we're gonna drop the link to the live in Ed's chat so that everybody can come back over to our show. And then we're gonna fish until just before 8 o'clock. At 8 o'clock, we're gonna redirect that live to Stan's live. And then we're gonna fish for 2 hours in our tournament, the Hickory Heavyweight Tournament. From 8 to 10, we will be on Stan's channel. Stan's channel will then redirect to Austin's channel to finish out the tournament. So we will be live fishing from tomorrow night, roughly around 7 o'clock, maybe earlier if I can get out before then, to around 7 o'clock tomorrow night, so Friday night, to 2 p.m. Saturday afternoon. There's going to be nonstop fishing action the entire time.
Catfish marathon.
The Catfish Marathon. We hope you all join us tomorrow night. We hope you have a lot of fun. Thank you very much for everybody that's coming to our show tonight. Thank you everybody that came on panel and helped us clear up, or not clear up, but talk about our Catfish Marathon and the fun we're going to have in this new feature and how it works. And hopefully we'll put it to the test tomorrow night. We won't have any glitches, and everybody's going to see an awesome marathon of a lot of catfish caught.
And that is just the first one. The reason we're doing that is to kick off our Friday nights. That's going to be our Friday night, whatever you want to call it, the Friday night entertainment, just like ABC or CBS or NBC has their shows together. You turn on at 8 o'clock and you watch to whatever time. That's what we're doing for Friday nights now. 8 p.m. is going to be the Cat Chat on my channel on Two Stands Fishing. Directly after that, you don't have to do anything. You'll be directed right to Jodi, the Flathead Challenge. And then from there, right to Ed Evans, fishing after midnight. And so you'll have fishing entertainment from 8 p.m. to 4 a.m. every Friday night where you don't have to do a thing. You click on once and you're there for the rest of the night. So that's the big news. That's the exciting rollout that we're going to be doing. So that's every Friday night from now on. So pretty excited about that.
It is.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Jodi, anything you want to say?
Stan's a trendsetter.
Yeah, I was excited when the Stan brought this to my attention, and I thought it was a fantastic idea. I'm hoping that it catches on with everybody else because I think it's a great tool, and I think will benefit everybody in the community, not just the shows but the chat as well.
Exactly, and that's the key thing there is that it'll help the shows, but I think it helps chat even more because they're just they don't got to search and go here, and then you'll actually have people that you might not, especially somebody newer to the community, may not know the shows that are coming up. They'll be able to just click on one show and they're there for that night. So I think it's going to be a benefit to everybody.
Making things more convenient for the subscribers.
Yeah.
All right, Ed, anything you want to close out with?
Yes, I would like to thank everybody on panel here. You've been such a big help in every way. I mean, from Jodi to Stan, from Dustin and Sean and Austin. I mean, you guys, you're there. Not so much Austin, but you are the big names, and you have. Well, he doesn't have 1,000 subscribers like me. We can't help you out.
Yep.
But maybe this will help us out. Help us to help you at a later date or something. I don't know, but yeah, I have a lot of gratitude towards everybody that's helped me so far on this, and this is my first show, so we'll see how it works out. If you're into flathead fishing, that's all I fish for.
Yeah, and that's what's great about that's great about what's happening on Friday nights. That's what's great about Jodi's show. It's a Flathead Challenge, but you're going to have people from Ed Evans who fishes primarily for flatheads. You've got people that fish channel cats. You've got people that fit blue cats. So you're going to see different rivers from across the country, and you see all varieties of fish being caught every Friday night.
Hey, real quick, Jodi, are you guys going to go live after this?
You see all sorts of other stuff.
Probably. I have to get my phone on charge. I got less than 10% right now.
Okay, because I was going to set up the redirect, but never mind.
I don't have the live set up.
All right. Well, on that note, again, thank you everybody on panel: Ed, Austin, Stan, and Jodi, and James. Thank you all for coming up. I greatly appreciate it. Sean greatly appreciates it. Thank you for everything that everybody's done for us. We owe a lot of who we are to, everybody up here on panel. We couldn't have gotten to where we are without you. Chat more so. You're there every night watching our show, watching us fish, watching our lives, watching our videos. So we greatly appreciate each and every one of you. Again, please go check out Stan's show tomorrow night. I think you're going to like what you see. And it'll be an ease of use for everybody here. And hopefully we will see you all tomorrow night. On that note, I hope everybody has a great weekend. Come check out our tournament on Saturday. If you stick with us the entire time, we will see you all there. All right. Talk to you all later.
Take care.
Take care, everybody.